Hi everybody, this is the Prospect Hut, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the People's Champion, your host, the Hut. And welcome back to the Prospect Hut, where we talk about the Mets prospects. And now in this video, we're going to talk about the Mets draft picks, which they picked 23 players out of 20 rounds in the MLB Draft. As you know, Paul Skeens went number 1. He's from LSU. The number 2 pick was Dylan Cruz. And he's also from LSU. Those guys are going to be great players. And it's going to be interesting and fun to watch them come up. And they'll be here in the major leagues very quickly. Dylan Cruz is going to be a headache for a long time in the National League East, I can tell you that. But we're going to talk about all 23 picks in this video. So buckle up and enjoy the ride. From SNY.TV, headline, Mets 2023 MLB Draft Recap. Breaking down all 23 picks. Mets had to focus on pitching, but used their top pick on a position player. And it's written by Joe DeMaio. After 3 days and 614 selections, the 2023 MLB Draft is in the books. The Mets had 23 picks in the 20-round draft, with all their normal selections and a compensatory pick after the third round for not signing last year's third rounder, Brandon Sprout, who will have more on in a bit, as well as two picks after the fourth round for losing qualifying free agents. Jacob deGrom, who's now injured now for the rest of the season for the Texas Rangers, and now the Blue Jays, Chris Bassett. The breakdown of those 23 picks is as follows. 15 pitchers, 7 position players, 1 two-way player, 17 college players, 6 high school players. Now, just based off of this, they are really focusing in on trying to get good very quickly, do the pitchers and do these college players. Last year, they kind of had a mix of college and high school with the primary look was in the position player movement. Owner Steve Cohen had stated at his State of the Team press conference a desire to add pitching to the system, to work with the newly invested pitching lab and pitching player development system. The scouting department seems to have satisfied the desire by drafting 15 pitchers, both a mix of starters and relievers in the 2023 draft. Now, we're going to go through these picks. Now, last year, it mentions in this, in 2022, they drafted Kevin Parada, which he fell to them by sheer luck. That sheer luck was what happened in 2021. In 21, they drafted pitcher Kumar. They could not come up with a deal because he did not do well with his physical, and they got a compensation, which the compensation turned into Jet Williams. But Kumar, because he was picked last year by the Texas Rangers, Parada fell to them at number 11. The Met drafts selections last year is considered to be excellent, as is this year's picks. The last 2 years, Billy Epps had done the lousy job that he's done on the field this year with the team. He's done an excellent job with the draft the last 2 years. And in 2021, he wasn't the general manager. And really, this year's draft was highlighted by really 2 players in particular. 3 players, sorry. The shortstop Colin Hoke, Brandon Sprout, who they drafted last year in the third round, and they picked him up the second round this year. And, of course, Nolan McLean, a two-way player. So here we go. Here is the pick-by-pick breakdown of all 23 of the Mets' 20 rounds of the MLB Draft in 2023. Number 1, at number 32, shortstop Colin Hoke, Parkview High School. Ranked as the number 12 prospect in the class by MLB Pipeline and number 10 by Keith Law at The Athletic. Above average tools across the board, chance as he matures to have plus power. Likely to end up as a third baseman long term. Would expect this to be an over slot signing. People are expecting the Mets to sign him. Number 2 pick at number 56, Brandon Sprout from Florida. The Mets drafted Sprout in the third round of the 2022 MLB Draft, but he chose to return to school to try to boost his value. He had an up and down year, but still improved his stock by 1 round. When he's right, it's a fastball that will sit 96 to 98 miles per hour and touch 101 with a plus changeup and above average slider. Will need some work on control and command. Potential mid-rotation starter or high leverage reliever. Very exciting. Round number 3, the number 91 overall pick. Right-handed pitcher and outfielder Norman McLean from Oklahoma State. Yes, McLean's a two-way player, and the Mets will at least let him try it in Pro Ball. Has some of the best raw power in the class, but struck out 37.3% of his at-bats this year. As an outfielder, has a plus arm and enough athleticism to play there. Most scouts believe his future is on the mound, where he's been a reliever for Oklahoma State. Sits 94 to 96 and touches 98 miles per hour with a slider and a curveball that both flash spin rates near 3,000 RPMs. Could Mets try him as a starter like they have done with former college relievers Christian Scott and Tyler Stewart? Now, Christian Scott and Tyler Stewart are doing really well in the minor leagues. You need to keep an eye on them and put them in the back of your mind. Those are guys that are going to be really good for the Mets in the next few. You're going to be hearing them a lot. Next spring training and obviously the following spring training. Round number 3. Compensation for not signing 22 third rounder Brandon Sprout. Pick number 101, right-handed pitcher Cade Morris, which I've done a video on him on Wednesday. 6'3" and 190 pounds with room to fill out some more. Clean delivery, throws strikes, and induces ground balls at a 42% clip this year. Will sit 93 to 94 and touch 97 on occasion. Above average mid-80 slider and an average changeup. Some scouts believe he will scrap his slow curveball and focus on the slider and changeup. His stuff has been sort of described in different articles that I've read as electric. Round number 4, pick number 123. Right-handed pitcher Wyatt Hoodpo from UNC Charlotte. A 4-pitch mix, 91 to 94 miles per hour fastball that will touch 96. Also has a curveball, cutter, and changeup. Transitioned to start after transferring from Kentucky and posted a 4.27 ERA in 17 starts while striking out 129 and 105 in the third innings. He throws strikes but had an issue with the home run ball, so he'll need work on his command within the strike zone. Round number 4. Compensation for Jacob deGrom signing with the Rangers. Pick number 134, shortstop A.J. Ewing from Springsboro High School in Ohio. I would mention that he is considered to be a very electric player, a high-energy player. And the word has come out that the Mets are going to sign him. He's going to sign with the Mets. Late riser in the draft process, undersized player, 6'4" and 170 pounds. Big-time bat speed with surprising power given his size to the pull side. Shows an ability to barrel up the ball and consistently had exit velocities over 90 miles per hour while training with Wood. Good actions in the field. Arm likely makes him a second baseman long term. Will need to be signed away from his commitment to Alabama. Well, the word is he's going to sign with the Mets. Round number 4. Compensation for Chris Bassett signing with Toronto. Pick number 135. Austin Trouser. He's from Missouri. Was mostly a reliever this year at Missouri. At 22 of his 25 appearances were in relief. Posted a 4.73 ERA with 53 strikeouts in 45 2/3 innings. Velocity ticked up this spring up to 97 with ride including nearly 20 inch of induced vertical break. He also had a low 80 slider. Round number 5, pick number 159. Left-handed pitcher Zach Thornton from Grand Canyon University. Really projectable, 6'3", 170-pound bill with clear room to fill out. Deceptive delivery makes it hard for hitters to pick up the ball. He already has plus control and command. Right now it is more pitchability than big stuff. Sits 89 to 92 with his fastball will touch 94. Above average slider, average curveball, and a changeup that flashes average. Scouts believe with physical maturation and training there is more velocity to come here. A lot of potential there. Round number 6, pick number 186. Right-handed pitcher Jack Weninger from Illinois. Stock ticked up in the MLB Draft League. Fastball sat 93 to 95 and it plays up due to averaging 8 inches of induced vertical break. Has 2 off-speed pitches and a changeup and curveball. control over command right now. Round 7, pick number 216, right-handed pitcher Noah Hall from South Carolina. 6 foot and 195 pounds. Fastball will sit 91 to 94 and touch 96. His changeup is talked about as a plus pitch offering that gives both lefties and righties fits. Slider shows some spin, but he rarely threw it. Only made 7 appearances this year due to a back injury. Round number 8, pick number 246, shortstop Boston Barrow from Capistrano Valley High School in California. Ryrie, 6'1", 175-pound frame, line drive approach with a feel for barreling the ball. Power isn't a big part of his game right now, but possibly can grow into average power. Intriguing hit tool and athlete with good instincts in the field. Baseball America ranked him number 98 overall in the class. Commitment to UCLA. We'll see if he signs. He might not sign. Not that I've heard anything, but just reading that, you might feel he might do better if he goes to college and gets some experience and fills out. Round number 9, pick number 276, third baseman Nick LaRusso from Maryland. Monroe, Connecticut native, transferred from Villanova and put up one of the better seasons in college baseball this year. Slashed .379 with 26 homers and tied the NCAA Division I lead with 105 RBIs. He also has some metrics behind his numbers, as he averaged 92 miles per hour exit velocity, will be 23 in September. At number 10, pick number 306, catcher Christian Prejean. Drafted from the same school as DeGrom, team captain, a scout told John DeMaio from MLB Pipeline that he is a legit defender with defensive skills to be a big leaguer. Made some changes to his swing and mechanics and hit .315 in 51 games. At round number 11, the New York Mets picked at number 336 right-handed pitcher Brett Banks from UNC Wilmington. Posted a .423 ERA in 30 relief appearances, struck out 44 batters and 38 in the third innings. Slated to transfer to North Carolina State if he didn't sign. Sits 94 to 96 and touches 98 with high spin and carry, up to 20 inches of induced vertical break, potential average slider. Round 12, pick number 366, right-handed pitcher Brady Kurtner from Virginia Tech. Smaller right-hander at 5'11", 170 pounds, posted a .462 ERA in 23 games this year. He struck out 36 batters and 25 in the third innings. Round 13, pick number 396, right-handed pitcher Ben Simon from Elon University. 5'11" and 197 pounds. Princeton, New Jersey native, posted a 3.20 ERA in 21 games this year. Struck out 32 batters and 25 in the third innings pitched. Round 14, pick number 426, right-handed pitcher John Valley from Jefferson High School in Florida. 6'3" and 196 pounds. Born in Cuba, posted a 1.83 ERA this season. Fastball will sit 90 to 93 and touch 94. Main secondary is a curveball that shows some potential. Round 15, pick number 456, right-handed pitcher Justin Lawson from North Carolina State. 6'3" and 198 pounds, posted a 5-0 record with a 3.27 ERA in 27 relief appearances. Round 16, pick number 486, third baseman Jake Zatella from St. Charles East High School in Illinois. Now the word is the Mets are going to sign him. Stocky 5'11" and 200-pound build. Good bat speed for 55 grade raw power per Baseball America. Posted peak 99 mile per hour exit velocity at the 2022 Perfect Game National Showcase. Will need to be signed away from commitment to Illinois. But like I said, he's probably going to sign with the Mets. Round 17, pick number 516, right-handed pitcher Bryce Jenkins from Tennessee. 5'11" and 180 pounds. He threw 5 2/3 scoreless innings at the Cape Cod League, sitting 92 to 94 with a high spin slider. Round 18, pick number 546. Can go to the end. And of course, please subscribe in the meanwhile. Left-handed pitcher Gavin Jones from White Oak High School in Texas. Physical 6'2" and 200-pound build. Up to 95 miles per hour with a slider and changeup. Control needs work. Ranked as the number 260 player in the class by Baseball America. We need to be signed away from Texas Tech commitment. Round 19. Pick number 576. Right-handed pitcher from Christian Little from LSU. Very highly regarded prospect out of high school. Enrolled early at Vanderbilt, but transferred to LSU. Big-time stuff that has not translated to on-field results as of yet. Fastball will touch 98 with high spin. Has a cutter, slider, curveball, and changeup. Only 20 years old and has another year of eligibility, so would need to sign him away from return to LSU and re-entering the 2024 draft as a 21-year-old. And finally, round 20, pick number 606, outfielder Caleb Clark from Mississippi State. 6'4" and 205 pounds, /300 for 11 home runs in 56 games. 89 mile per hour average exit velocity with max north 110 miles per Baseball America. Struggles at times with swings and misses on breaking balls, but consistently hits 92 plus 90 per hour velocity. Now the article finishes. Overall, I would consider the Mets 2023 class to be a very strong one on paper. I believe they took advantage of the very strong depth this class had to offer and drafted some talent with upside. Now that the draft is done, the next task is to sign these prospects to contracts. They very well may not sign all the picks, as some of the high school selections could choose to go to college, and some of the college players with remaining college eligibility could return to school. Teams have until July 25th at 5 p.m. to come to terms with their picks. So the Mets have, what's today's date? The date is now the 13th, as this video is uploaded. So we have 12 days to find out if they're going to keep these guys and if they're going to be in the Mets system. After that, the job moves to the player development and analytics staff to help take the raw tools that these prospects have and turn them into a true skill set that could potentially have an impact on the big league team in Queens sometime in the next couple of years. So, like I said earlier in this video, the Mets did a great job last year of drafting very talented players, and some of them have really jumped forward very quickly. Kevin Parada has done an excellent job in Brooklyn. I expect that he will get promoted to Binghamton very soon. As you know, it's starting. They changed, the teams, where they are in terms of the pecking order. It used to be Brooklyn and St. Lucie. No, St. Lucie now is the low A ball. Brooklyn is the high A ball, and we got double A of Binghamton, and then Syracuse is triple A. But I expect that Parada will be going to Binghamton in the second half because he's played so well and has absolutely crushed the pitching in the New York Penn League. And that's a tough league to hit in. Blade Tidwell was a third-round pick last year with the Mets. He has been dominant for Brooklyn as well. He might get promoted to double A. We'll see. He needs to pitch. He's 21 years old, 22 years old, as well as Parada. Parada, I would mention real quickly before I forget, he was considered the best catcher in last year's draft prior to the draft taking place, and he fell to number 11. The Mets were extremely fortunate that they got him for that pick, and then got Jet Williams and then Blade Tidwell. So, let me know what you think about this video, of course, and of course, I hope you like it. Please subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.